put yourself out there. What is your brand? What's your brand actually going to be? And stop thinking that you can just be good and just focus on the actual skill and think that that's how people are going to to know you, because they're not. It don't matter if you're good at what you're doing. Nobody knows that you do it. McDonald's does not have the best hamburger,
Exactly, but they're the most known.
but they brand themselves through content, and they're the most known. The best doesn't win, the most known wins.
Mm.
It's crowded at the top. What's it about? It's about abundance. It's about getting to a certain height and dropping a rope and pulling somebody else up with you and continuing to do so the higher that you climb. Look, I've been able to do this in my business with just one digital product, and I'm passing a plug. That's how they were able to do this.
Shout out to my man, Blake Sanford. I made 1K in less than 12 hours just because I went on IG Live, he gave out some game, and I actually implemented it.
So, long story short, saw Blake on IG, seemed authentic, spent 4 hours of my life to make 29 grand. If you follow the plan, with everything that Blake has set up, you'll make money.
So I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see this guy, Blake. I saw the price and I was like, man, ain't no way. And no lie, step by step, it's got videos, it's got everything that I needed to do my first deal, and made $12,000.
13,500. Man, we going up. This is only the beginning. Shout out to you, AstenCeo. Trying to make it crowded at the top. Keep going, man. I'll see everybody there.
And there's enough for everybody to eat. So look, if you're an entrepreneur looking to get to the next level and grow your business online, click the link in the description and tap in. Instantly get access to all my courses, trainings, resources, and systems, plus weekly calls with myself so I can personally help you along the way, and a network of tons of other entrepreneurs that you can network with, partner with, and profit with. I want you to check it out and see if it's the place that you need to be to grow. All right. So click the link in the description. Tap in, and I will see you on a mastermind call this Wednesday. It's crowded at the top. Now let's get into the episode. Welcome to another episode of It's Crowded at the Top. I'm your host, AstenCeo. I got the voice of God on the other side with me.
Hey, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hey, bro. Last episode we talked about Deion's marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's something big that I missed out on that I really want to hone in this episode that people don't miss.
Mm-hmm.
So when you first think Deion Sanders, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
First thing, flashy, entertaining.
Flashy, entertaining,
Mm-hmm.
prime time.
Mm-hmm.
Branding so important. Deion Sanders invented primetime at Florida State for the sole purpose of branding himself to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you see Prime and all the flashy and stuff, but when you hear him talk or you see his morals and values and how he lives, it's two totally separate things.
Mm-hmm.
So he created the character so he could brand the character to get dollars. Because back then, and even still today, a defensive back didn't get drafted high, and defensive backs weren't making money to the point where Deion branding himself through primetime, that the teams knew attention would come to him, and he was great at what he did. So he started to get money like a wide receiver or somebody on offense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's key, because a lot of people, it's like, there's no difference between prime time, Goku, Mickey Mouse, and Hello Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
They're all characters branded by content.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, the entrepreneurs think, what character are you going to invent?
Right.
First person I ever heard say that was Nipsey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nipsey said there's no difference between Hello Kitty, Mickey Mouse, and Snoop Dogg. They're all characters branded by content. The only difference is that his character of Nipsey Hussle's content is based off more reality
Mm-hmm.
than like a Hello Kitty or a Mickey Mouse. But think Mickey Mouse, all it is a character
Mm-hmm.
that Walt Disney made, a character. You make the content, then you're able to monetize that character. You got cartoons, you got clothes, you got Disney World, you got Disneyland,
Mm-hmm.
all off of creating the character of the mouse. So I'm like, what characters are y'all going to create to brand yourself as?
Yeah, that's real. That made me think about myself, even like Justin versus Jazz Will. Like there should be a difference there.
But even that though, like I said, your business card is your social media. So I go look at your social media, you're branding yourself as the family guy that has, that posts videos every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm AstenCeo. I'm like, my name is Blake Sanford. Blake Aston Sanford. So Aston is still me. So my character's branded off of me. But personally, I may not like to do everything that I do on social media or on YouTube and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like personally, I may not want attention. I may not want people to look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to the club, but when I do, I'm the guy in the section that asks to bring the bottles without the sparklers.
Right.
Can you just bring the drinks? Because I don't want people like look at me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With the signs up and just a whole
But I know I can't. But I know I can't be that way for my business. So I ain't gonna make no money.
mm-hmm.
So I gotta put myself out there to be like, yo, look at me, look at this, look.
Right.
So you brand the character AstenCeo, and the only way you brand it through content.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, so many people, they saying that they don't want to do certain things, or the biggest excuse people use. All of a sudden, I've never heard the word introvert so much since people tried to be entrepreneurs. I'm an introvert. I'm like, so what?
Right.
You be an introvert, and you can be an introvert. There's nobody with you but your phone or the camera.
Exactly. Yeah, all you gotta do is record yourself being an introvert and then post it.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, it's not like you got to go do a song and dance in front of a live studio audience or some shit.
Right.
So
That's funny.
that's why I was like, I really want to. I feel like I missed it last episode because it's like everything Prime did, he did, and I've heard him speak about this. Like he's like, I'm thinking, how can I make this money? I'm a defensive back. Prime time. He came up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's when all the gold stuff came out, and the limos and the song Must Be the Money. And, especially at that time, this is before people had the power to just talk directly to an audience, how everybody is leveraging like their socials and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time for him, he's like, outside of my position in the NFL, it doesn't get paid that much. Marketing dollars, they not coming to my position.
Right.
But they did as soon as he invented prime time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's genius. And he's still doing it now.
Yeah, because think about it, bro. For those that know about football, you know this, but for those listening to this that really don't know anything about the sport, to be great in Deion Sanders' position means being inactive in the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's no attention on Deion Sanders being the best ever at his position because his position is to shut down. Deion Sanders shut down an entire half of the field every game that he played.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that no balls are going towards him because the defense is scared to throw the ball that way.
Right.
So he's getting no attention during the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
So he got to bring all the attention off the field because he's like, I'm so good, ain't nobody gonna see me.
Exactly. Nobody knows I'm shutting it down, like, cause the ball going everywhere else.
Yeah. It's like for him to be great, he played cornerback. For you to be the great cornerback, that means the ball's not coming to you at all. It's not coming over there at all. The rare chance that it does, that's when he gets his interception, his deflection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Outside of that, he's doing, special teams, kickoff returns, punt returns. And then every once in a while they would throw him on offense,
I wonder if that
because
played
he
a
played.
part in like his thinking too, of like, I know he's like one of the greatest athletes, if not the greatest, but I'm just saying, I wonder if he thought to himself one day, like, they not gonna throw my way, so how else can I not only impact the game but be recognized for my gifts and my talents?
It could have been. I personally think it was just as a kid, if you playing football as a kid, if you good, every kid plays both sides, and I think he was just
Mm-hmm.
the best athlete. Like he was all state in basketball, high school, had D1 offers in basketball, football, and baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Chose to go Florida State. He's just a a one-of-one athlete.
Yeah.
Like, man played the not Super Bowl, a football game and World Series all within the same day,
Mm-hmm.
the same 24 hour. Like, so I think he was just so much of a threat that they were just like, yo, let's just put him anywhere.
Right. Right.
Kind of like a Reggie Bush in college, minus the defense, but Reggie Bush, that was like his thing. I know he didn't have as good of an NFL career as people were thinking he was gonna have, even though he still had a good career, but he was such a threat on offense.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, you just put him in the game.
Right.
They put him in running back. Then they'll wide him out or put him in a slot, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So with football, it's like if you're an athlete, they just be like, figure it out.
Mm.
That's why like a lot of the black quarterbacks, their question as soon as they get in the league is they try to make them play a different position before they thought that the black quarterbacks had the intellect
Mm-hmm.
to play it. Like Lamar Jackson, I'm a big Lamar Jackson fan because I watched him in Louisville. I'm from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So he played at Louisville. The big thing on him was like they were not even thinking of drafting him as a quarterback. They're like, we can put him at receiver, we can put him at slot, he can do special team just because he's such a good athlete.
Yeah.
And I was listening to Warren Sapp yesterday. Warren Sapp was a tight end. Warren Sapp ends up
word?
being like ends up being one of the best defensive tackles of all time. He got to Miami. They was like, yo, we gonna put you at defensive tackle. He's like, what? I ain't never put my hand on the grass a day in my life. He's like, outside to just do a quick little help real quick.
Yeah.
But they didn't need a 300-pound tight end. They was like, yo, trust me, you're such a good athlete, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Warren Sapp.
He about to be down in
So it just
Colorado too.
Yeah, but I want y'all to really think, like, what is the character that you're going to bring your content off of?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's going to be yourself, cool. Like I said, mine is myself. My character is branded off of my authentic self. But I have to go outside of that sometimes
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not the person that wants the attention.
Right.
Like, even as a kid in high school, I thought it was corny, the dudes that just go do all the stuff just to get people to look at me.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the dude in the
Or
gym, like the chick walk in, now he trying to go for 50 in the open run.
yeah, if it's an open run, I'm going for 50. I'm going for 50 just because I'm at there hooping.
Exactly. Not because nobody in there. Yeah.
Yeah, or the dudes that would, the girls walk by and then they do something loud,
Mm-hmm.
To get people to look. Like, I've never been that type of person. I'm off in the cut. I go out, I'm off in the cut. I go to the club, please bring it. I get upset and I get, why are y'all bottle girls with the every single time? Well, not every single time, but I know a lot of times I've asked for them bottles without the sparklers and they still bring the sparklers. I'm like, is this a requirement? Because I'm asking you, not
Yeah,
like, are you gonna get in trouble?
probably low key, because it's probably like what's the word I'm looking for? It incentivizes other people to, or inspires other people rather, to want to get a bottle too.
I know the psychology behind it. But I don't want this just like a moth to the flame. I don't want the eyes knowing that I
Yeah.
just spent the money. Wee, wee, wee. Success alert, success alert. Look, they were able to hit this in their business in just a couple months' time. What are you waiting on? Get in the room. Exposure equals expansion. It's crowded at the top. Click the link in the description right now. Get access to the training, resources, and environment that you need to grow your business as an entrepreneur, all right? So click the link and I'll see you on our mastermind call this Wednesday. And also, are you getting value from this video so far? If so, let me know in the comments, all right? Now let's get back to it. Yo, Jarvis. Close the mask. It just brings attention that I don't want. You can have women that just want to, it's like a symbol of spending money.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they do it, because everybody knows you're spending money. You go spend $300 on a $30 bottle, a $35 bottle of Casamigos.
Right, man. I can't even imagine what the bottle prices are these days, because I know out here it's ridiculous, bro. It's just like insane. $600, $700.
Well, a lot of times it's like if you get this, and I don't go out. I haven't been out in over a year, but it's like you get a section, you get they got like packages.
Yeah, yeah.
So you get a section, you get a bottle, or you could get 2 bottles with the section. It's all in the price, and you get your server for the night or whatever. But most likely, if you got a group, you're gonna need more than that.
Yeah, for sure.
That come with it. But think character branded by content. And a lot of people don't want to put themselves out there, but I'm like, Deion, that's a prime example of, and it just came to my mind too, because as we're recording this, they're playing right now.
Oh, the game on already?
So, yeah, they're getting blown out by USC. Which I knew they was going to get blown out. But still, they won this season.
Right.
Just period.
Right.
But I knew Oregon, they was going to get blown out. I knew USC, they just don't got the players yet.
Yeah.
They got the skill positions, but they don't got like
The
foundation. They don't got the line and stuff. And Travis Hunter's hurt. Shiloh Sanders ain't playing today. It's like they down too.
Yeah.
And Caleb Williams, I'm like, yeah, it's the next Patrick Mahomes, man. He won the Heisman last year. For quarterback for USC.
Yeah, he nice.
But I was just watching it and I'm like, yo, Deion wouldn't have gotten all the way to there. To like say the point that he's at now. 2 Super Bowls, Hall of Fame, did what he did down in Jackson State, got the whole sports world looking at him in Boulder, Colorado. All of that wouldn't have happened if he didn't create prime time.
Yep.
The only things that would have happened was the 2 Super Bowls, Hall of Fame.
Yep, that's real.
Because he's that good.
Yeah.
But I'm saying all of the business enterprise, none of that would have happened unless he invented prime time and branded himself off of the content. And at that time, when he first invented prime time, the content that he's branding, he don't own no content. So he's putting on the show. His content is when he gets a chance to do an interview.
Post-game, pre-game.
Post-game, pre-game. When the cameras is coming up and he's always on. Showing his personal life, he turned it down because, he's Like if anybody just saw Prime Time, you wouldn't think that he's a man of God
Mm-hmm.
and don't curse
Mm-hmm.
and's never had a drink of alcohol in his entire life, like not even a drop.
Yeah, I ain't
Was
know
never
that.
smoked weed
Yeah.
or you wouldn't know that. You would think he's a party animal
Yeah, you
looking
would
at
think
Prime Time.
you would think he like AB.
Yeah, looking at Prime Time, but it's like, nah, that's the character that he branded.
Mm-hmm.
And all that business enterprise, all the money that he got outside of football while he was playing, all the money he's continuing to get, because a lot of people, especially professional athletes, the money stops once they stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't brand themselves as one of my favorite podcasts, bro, is Gilbert Arenas, No Chill Gil.
Mm-hmm.
But Gilbert, like, branding himself as that No Chill Gil while he was playing,
Mm-hmm.
to the point where he had the highest, like he passed Tracy McGrady one, like when he was playing, as far as shoe sales for Adidas.
Oh, word? I ain't know that. I don't think I've ever. I don't even know what his shoes look like.
I know, because I thought about getting something, but just at the time I was like, I ain't never. And when Gilbert was at his height, I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I just thought Adidas was corny.
Mm.
I never had my first pair of Adidas until I went to my prep school was sponsored by Adidas, so it was like you had to.
Mm. And then you started like getting into it, or no?
I still not a fan of Adidas. Only Adidas I ever wear to this day is Stan Smith's.
Mm. Mm. So you never had no crazy eights?
At my prep school,
Oh, okay.
I got Crazy Eights, Pro Models,
Yeah, everybody had the
which
pro
are
models.
some of my all time favorite hooping shoes, actually, as far as performance.
Mm.
And then I got them Kobe's where he had when he won the championships, the first three.
The moon ones.
Had them, huh?
The moon ones, like the ugly ones.
That's the thing, though. This is what people don't understand. The moon ones, the ones that came out before the moon ones.
Mm.
So they basically look like the moon boots, but you can see the laces.
Oh, okay.
The moon boots came out after them. That's why he left Adidas, because people don't know the moon boot ones. Those was the shoes that was out when they won the third championship.
Mm.
Or the second and the third, or whatever it was, they had already won. If you go look at those pictures of those finals, Kobe's still wearing the old shoe from before. He never hooped in it. He ain't like them moon boot ones.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know who did.
And after that, he left because he was like, "It's some bullshit."
Yeah, I just pulled them up. I'm looking at them now, like, man.
But the ones before that, though, because think most people they playing in their current shoe, or like Michael Jordan, he branded himself through content. He knew his content was the games. Michael Jordan would preview the next season's shoe in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So think the last shot, he's wearing the black and red 14s.
Mm-hmm.
That whole season, he wore 13s. And that whole playoffs, he wore 13s. He put out the 14s, or they start to pull them out in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Just like before, he hooping the 11s. Then it's like the 12 or whatever. It's like the 5s, but he's in the playoffs in the 6s. That's why the 6 rings, like the shoes from the 6 rings, the years don't match up to the actual shoe from from the year.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, y'all just put yourself out there. That's the only way. As an entrepreneur, there's no other way to. There's literally no other way.
Yeah, true.
And everybody's thinking of their gift. They're thinking of what they're good at, and thinking that you're going to get more business just off of you being good at something.
Right.
Don't matter if you good and don't nobody know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like Deion, the casual fan who's going to drive my revenue from my business ain't gonna know me because I ain't gonna get no TV time
Mm-hmm.
during the game because I'm that good. You ain't seeing me during the whole
Right.
game.
The whole game. Yep. At all. Be like thrown 2-3 times and like in 4 quarters.
And even think on another level, think like a shutdown corner, the best shutdown corner of, let's say, my area is Daryl Reeves,
Mm-hmm.
Reeves Island. He's up there too. They call it Reeves Island. He's a shutdown. That whole half of the field shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows who's talking about Reeves now?
Nobody. They're talking about the person who got the spotlight now is Sherman. That's because he was loud when he played.
Right. But it's not even to that point. He was loud when he played though, but he didn't like do it. Like he didn't like really build that up. So
Yeah.
Richard Sherman, he gets opportunities. Like he's on Undisputed with Skip now, which I haven't watched Undisputed since Shannon's left.
Yeah, I've seen some
But
clips that have not made me want to go watch.
think of the opportunities since their playing days, since you said Richard Sherman, that a Richard Sherman's gotten and a Marshawn Lynch has gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Sherman's literally on TV 5 days a week now. But Marshawn Lynch has a way bigger brand
Mm-hmm.
because he branded Beast Mode
Mm-hmm.
when he was playing. And that's why I'm saying whatever your character's gonna be, it don't gotta be loud and stuff because Marshawn ain't talked to nobody.
Right.
But yet people would pay Marshawn Lynch way more for something, an appearance, to be on a show, whatever, than Richard Sherman.
Yep. Because at the end of the day, this just came to mind. Because it all comes down to attention. Because even though Marshawn didn't say much, what he did say brought a lot of attention to himself.
Exactly. So y'all can put yourselves out there. That don't even mean that you gotta speak. You ain't gotta be a talking head.
Mm-hmm.
Your content can be an AI voice.
Yeah.
But it's still gotta be some type of content that's branded. Like there's people, whoever the originator is, people always copy it, but I don't know who the first person was. But there's a lot of people that's branding themselves through content that's just simple graphics of like stick figures, stuff popping up
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I'm pretty positive they're making hundreds of, whoever the originator is, I know making millions.
Mm-hmm.
But other people making hundreds of thousands to millions. They're not their content that they're branding themselves off of, it's something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even superheroes and stuff, Iron Man, Tony Stark, brand himself through the mask.
Yep.
So I'm like, y'all put yourself out there. What is your brand? What's your brand actually gonna be? And stop thinking that you can just be good and just focus on the actual skill and think that that's how people are going to know you, because they're not. It don't matter if you're good at what you're doing, nobody knows that you do it. McDonald's does not have the best hamburger,
Exactly. But they're the most known.
but they brand themselves through content, and they're the most known. The best doesn't win, the most known wins.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're an entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur looking to grow your business online, join this crowd at the top community. You get weekly coaching calls with me, all of my courses and trainings, plus a private community of entrepreneurs, all designed to help you grow your business online. Click the link in the bio, tap in, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday.